609 Pro is Spectrum Mobile. Check out Spectrum.com to get the device. Today, we're going to get flowers for my wife. My wife found these flowers on her walks. I can go to search for flowers. I'm partnered with Spectrum and Android. I wanted to share that you can now get four.
The ship kept on with its final run. The doors must have failed, but the last man on the ship was going to make them work. He ran to the bow and somehow got them to be able to shut. How? Who the heck knows? The ship was very much flooding and seemed like the Lusitania. It could actually hit the rocks. Meanwhile, the ship was an absolute wreck of a thing. It was very much flooding, barely even operating, and looked as if it would hit the bottom of the seas at any moment. It was turning harshly and could actually miss the island and kept on the turn. He threw the ship's wheel and as it somehow responded. The man barely knew how these ships worked and was on basically one ship in his entire life. And was operating them easily, somehow very easily. He was throwing her as she was barely on there. There was also a rocky outcropping area. The ship could accidentally strike it, so that would save the ship. The ship was going slowly. Meanwhile, deep in the ship and in the engine room, they were still traveling ahead, about 200-ish meters away, around 200 meters away. The man was being an absolute hero. He was literally saving a ship from sinking. What the frick did that? Like, he threw her over and then threw her back over to here since he knew a bit about how the island had a rocky outcropping and everything. The ship looked like it could level out, and if it did, that would kill everyone. It was probably about 50-meter area in between it. The boats had to hook themselves to the ship. It got to less than 50, probably about 30 at this point. 20. The ship turned itself over. Itself was getting very, very close to there. About 10, 15 meters. It then passed where I was measuring. And then, as he traveled along, the bow of the ship would go and slam into the rocks, and she would be breached from the water. The ship suddenly started to roll. Come on, come on, come on!